Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We're going to get started in about 1 minute. So please take your seat or make whatever other last minute preparations you need to make, and we'll get going. Thanks, everybody. You guys ready?
Will the audience please stand and face the flag for the playing of the national anthem?
Hello, everyone, and congratulations, SDI graduates. My name is Mike Olson. I'm the Vice President of Academic Affairs at Sonoran Desert Institute, and I and my colleagues, as well as some of your peers and friends, would love today to spend a few minutes congratulating you on this momentous event. As you know, this is our inaugural graduation ceremony. This is a tremendous opportunity for us, and I could not be more proud to be a part of it. I can think of no better way to get us started with our commencement's words of encouragement than by introducing our president, Ms. Tracy Lee.
Hello, and welcome to Sonoran Desert Institute's first ever graduation ceremony. We chose to host this virtually to optimize the opportunity for our graduates across the US to participate in this special event. I'm so pleased to see so many of our graduates involved, some with graduation dates as far back as 2015 and some as recent as earlier this year. I think that I speak for all of our staff and faculty when I say that seeing our students combine their passion of firearms with a college level education is tremendously rewarding and demonstrates something unique to SDI. I'm pleased you've all chosen to participate in this ceremony to recognize your personal achievements. And I welcome you all to this virtual commencement event to honor each of you as graduates. It's a major accomplishment that comes with a significant commitment of time and effort from each student and support from family, friends, and others that may have made compromises during your studies. Today, we recognize you for completing the requirements associated with your respective program of study and any honors that you received as part of your educational success. With that, let's continue the event and get to the celebration.
Thank you, Madam President. Wow, for some of us, this feels like a long time coming. I've been at SDI a little over 6 years, and I can't think of a time since I've been here that we haven't talked about or plotted or planned a way to host a graduation ceremony. And I can tell you that in some of those brainstorming sessions, we came up with some pretty crazy ideas. I'm pleased that, to Ms. Lee's point, we selected to do this virtually because this gives us an opportunity for our national body of graduates to attend. SDI has graduates in all 50 states, plus a few in DC, and we received RSVPs to this event from 49 of those states. So this is definitely the right way for us to deliver our inaugural ceremony. Now, virtual means technology, and where there is technology, there is opportunity for the occasional hiccup. So if we run into any speed bumps, please be patient with us. We'll get through those as smoothly and quickly as we can. And what's most important is that we take today to recognize your achievements. To help us do that, one little piece of housekeeping. If you haven't already done this, let me ask each of you to go to the upper right corner of your Zoom screen. You should see a block of squares that's labeled View. If you click on that block and select Speaker View, that'll optimize your experience. Now, Tracy and I both mentioned already how geographically disparate our alumni body is, but today we have broad temporal representation as well. We have graduates dating back as far as 2015. Students from those classes have been at SDI as long as I have. So whenever you graduated or wherever and whatever you've done since, I'm proud of you. I hope you're proud of yourselves, and I'm truly honored to be a part of your ceremony. Today is a day to remember that the completion of your studies at SDI is an important achievement and one that you sacrificed time and poured effort into, and your loved ones sacrificed time with you for you to achieve. This concept of work-life balance, it's a phrase that seems so in vogue today in the era of gratification over generativity, takes on a different meaning to those of us who choose, to Tracy's point earlier, to pursue a discipline about which we are truly passionate. I remember my own early days of college, sitting with a counselor and trying to pick a program from a list and looking for the one that seemed the least boring. I've never met an SDI student who's had that problem at SDI. I don't think I've met anyone who's chosen firearms technology because it was the least interesting of the available evils. One of the fathers of positive psychology, I think it was Martin Seligman, once said that trait intrinsic motivation is the tendency to endure and overcome challenges to derive enjoyment throughout the process. That's exactly how I would describe the SDI graduates that I've met and interacted with. You've found a way to combine what you love with that which you pour effort into, academically, professionally, or both. And so I want to say again, and I'm going to say it many times throughout this ceremony, congratulations. I am inspired and edified by your achievements. Just like you're passionate about firearms, I'm passionate about the transformative power of education. And so your success provides that trait intrinsic motivation for me. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not the only one who wants to congratulate you, and I look forward to introducing my colleagues and some of your friends and peers to share in your celebration. Before I do that, we would all like to take a minute to hear from some of our partners who've prepared a few words to commend you.
Woodrow Greenfeather, Milton Gribble,
Hey, this is one of those technology hiccups that I referenced a moment ago. Bear with us for just a second. Thank you.
Seth Harper,
Okay, adapt and overcome, right? We're going to come back to that. Those are good words of encouragement, so I definitely want to hear those. So again, just bear with us and we will navigate that speed bump. I want to introduce a guest, though. It's a new face at SDI. This year, Mr. Jared McNeely joined our team as the Dean of the School of Firearms Technology. Now, most of you graduated before Mr. McNeely accepted that mantle, but we would be remiss if we didn't invite him up here to share some of his wisdom and also to congratulate all of you. So, Mr. McNeely.
Hello, SDI graduates. Thank you, Mr. Olson. I'd like to echo some of Ms. Lee's comments. Graduates, I commend you on the dedication to complete your education and open a new opportunity for each of you. I once made the decision to do what you have done. I understand it is not easy. Often we are balancing our educational pursuits with all the other things that life might have to throw at us. The long nights of studying after children have gone to bed, the quick study sessions that happen in between military duties or on breaks and lunches from a full-time job. All these instances have led to today, and I admire you for your perseverance and desire to learn a new set of skills. Education is something no person can ever take away from you. Revel in the fact that you have accomplished a goal that you set for yourselves and focus on how you're going to use your newfound skills. Let me take a moment to share some of my background, which includes time spent as a soldier during the opening years of Operation Iraqi Freedom, as well as peacekeeping operations in Bosnia. I'm also a gunsmith who has spent the last decade working with other gunsmithing students in trade schools as both a teacher and administrator. All of my formal education since my military days has been completed just like many of you completed your education, with life and careers tangled up in the process. So I understand and relate to the stories that many of you have to talk about and the path your education took. Ultimately, I have found that my passion is to see students learn and grow, and I can't help but stand in awe of each of your accomplishments. It is impressive to see so many graduates in this ceremony. As you continue to grow, the world around us continues to change. While politics and government seem to always be in the spotlight of our industry, it is important to each of us to remember that our industry has endured many tough times. We will continue to endure, and your education is something that positions you to do two important things. The first being the ability to maintain the formidable machines that firearms are and keep both modern and historical weapons operating. Second, each of you is a subject matter expert. We as an industry have a duty to help educate people about these machines. Each of us draws upon unique perspectives and understanding that we should bring to bear anytime our industry is brought once again into the spotlight. Finally, I'd like to say welcome to an amazing industry. I know many of you have been working in the firearms world for quite some time, but nonetheless, I wish you that formal welcome. I think back to when I first started in this trade and the changes that have come about. This is a sensational group to be involved with, and I cannot imagine a better industry to grow along with. As I welcome you, I would also like to thank the SDI family for the warm welcome that I have received and the privilege it is to get to speak during this ceremony. I will leave you with one last thought. I implore you to go out and use the knowledge you have gained. I expect to see many success stories from our graduates. There are many frontiers to still be explored in our industry, and I wish all of you successful learning as you continue to grow and explore this great American tradition. Congratulations, SDI graduates.
Thank you, Dean McNeely. And again, thanks to all of you for your patience. It's technology, so it is, adapt and overcome, like I said. I would like to go ahead and try again to hear from our friends and partners. So let's give that another shot.
Hickok 45 here at the range with one of my favorite rifles, right? 1873 lever gun. I wanted to congratulate you SDI graduates, past, current, wherever you are in your career and whenever you graduated and whatever you choose to do in the firearms field. I think it's great, and I commend you on your choice. From a selfish standpoint, I am anxious and I'm happy to see more gunsmiths out there, more people educated about firearms. You'll know more than I do. I'm just a backyard shooter. I just have enjoyed the hobby for a long time and have picked up some knowledge, but I have no formal training, cannot gunsmith, cannot work on a trigger. I know my limitations. I rely on other people like you to do that. So I'm just so happy to have more folks out there, in the field, really. And of course, as you know, I've had a lot of careers. There's always negatives and positives. No company is perfect. No career is perfect. You got your challenges no matter what you're doing. But the great thing about the firearms industry is that it's so much fun and it's so interesting. You would not have chosen it if you don't enjoy firearms, of course, right? And so that just makes it better. It really does. Helps you weather the Monday mornings or whatever it might be. And again, just congratulations on graduating, and I wish you the best as you enter this wonderful field. I appreciate. I understand some of you have watched our videos, and hope you didn't go to sleep watching them. But we appreciate your support, and I'm just glad you're out there, really. So good luck, and always remember, no matter what's going on, no matter how big the challenges are, life is good.
Hey guys, Casey here.
And Jesse, and we wanted to congratulate the graduating class of 2021.
We're real excited to see where this takes you within the industry, and we hope to see you guys on the range soon. Congratulations.
Hey guys, Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Just want to say a huge congratulations to all of the graduates from SDI. It is a great school full of great instructors, and I just love their programs and everything that they've done. And we've been very proud to partner with SDI over the years, and we're happy to see you fulfill your dreams as getting into the firearms technology realm and everything like that. Being a gunsmith, whether you're getting into the art of reloading or dealing with black powder or machining work or checkering work or any type of fine motor skill, it requires patience and dedication and requires a lot of attention to detail. And those are not skills that every person has. So the fact that you've gotten through the program and you're, going down your journey as a gunsmith or possibly a trainer or something like that, that's awesome. It does take a lot of hard work, and there's a lot of really cool things that go along with it. And I hope that you have an awesome time on your journey, and thank you for including SDI on that. And I appreciate all the folks who have supported our channel and our videos over the years. I initially got into doing the YouTube stuff because I wanted to teach. I wanted to share knowledge with people. So to see SDI be such a popular thing and to see so many people successfully complete their program and go on to do great things in the firearms industry is very humbling to me, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. So big thanks to SDI and a big thanks to all the students, past and present. Have a good one. Really appreciate it. All right, get out there and work on some guns. All right, I want to see some crazy stuff like this. Okay, look, hang on. I should have had this ready, look. This is one that Mark Novak did. This is a Mark II Martini action that's been cut down and everything, and a custom stock fitted. It's got a Ross 1903 peep sight fitted to it. Really cool stuff. Check that out. So get out there and do some weird stuff. Let's see it.
I'm with Eric. I want to see what weird stuff y'all are doing out there. Hey, I want to thank all of our partners who contributed those kind words. They have been a big part of the growth and evolution of Sonoran Desert Institute, so I know that all of your achievement is very important to all of them. The next guest that I'm going to welcome is here not only to celebrate your achievements at SDI, but his as well. I'm honored to introduce our inaugural graduation keynote alumnus, Mr. Abdul Gais, who also happens to be our 2019 Outstanding Graduate Award recipient. In addition to being an exceptional student, Abdul has been an active contributor as an alumnus. Indeed, you might recognize him from his work as model talent for our website. He's also contributed in some less visible ways, lending some of his legal expertise to some consulting on curriculum work that may be coming down the road. So watch for that. And I'll share a bit more about him later when I recognize all of our Outstanding Graduate Award recipients. So I'm going to turn it over to Tempe, and I'm going to turn the mic over to you, Mr. Gais.
My path to SDI began 35 years ago when I was a young boy in Satellite Beach, Florida, running around my father's automotive garage. You see, my dad was a high school teacher, and he taught students how to work on cars. And I always thought it was pretty awesome that a young high school student could graduate and instantly start working. I remember being a young kid in that garage, grabbing his tools, running around, pretending that I was fixing somebody's clutch when I really was just destroying their transmission. It was at that point that I knew that I wanted to work with my hands. But there was one issue. I grew up in the 80s, and during that time, children still did what their parents told them what to do, especially when your father is a Vietnam era veteran. My dad wanted me to get a formal education, so that's what I did. After a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, a law degree, after finding myself on active duty and downshifting back to civilian life, I finally decided that it was time for me to run and get that trade I always wanted. It was time for me to become a gunsmith. You see, at some point between me leaving home at age 17 and going on active duty, I developed this profound love for guns. And it wasn't just the fact that I love the mechanics of firearms. It was also the fact that firearms are integral to the founding of our country. So it just made sense for me to combine my love for firearms along with my passion for working with my hands. So after active duty, I moved to Texas and started my search. I had a certain criteria that needed to be met for the school I wanted to go to. I was working full-time during the day, so I had to be able to take classes at night. But then also I needed hands-on tangible experience. It wasn't enough for me to just get DVDs in the mail and just watch someone else do a certain technique. I had to do it myself. I had to study as an apprentice, make mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and move forward. As I was doing my research for the perfect school, SDI just kept rising to the top of my list. So I eventually reached out to them, talked to some of the administrators, and before I knew it, I submitted an application and I was a student. I will never forget the day that I got my tools in the mail. I instantly felt like that kid again running around my dad's shop because I was looking for something to break just to try to fix it. As the courses started to begin, I realized that I was in heaven. I was hooked. The projects, the knowledge, second to none. There were many times late at night after I was coming home from work, working on a project, and I would try to squeeze off to the gun range before it closed just to test out some new project I was working on. I was addicted and I knew I made the right decision. I was working on my advanced certificate in gunsmithing. And in 2015, when I finished that curriculum, I knew that I would be going back to SDI for more training. Just had to take a little break because I ended up getting married, had a child. And as we were pregnant with our second on the way, I decided now's the time to go back to get my associates in science of firearm technology. And I hit the ground running. This time around, it felt like SDI was almost laying out each step for me to start my own business. The opportunities for internships, externships were just second to none. But it was one particular SDI seminar that really stood out to me during this time. Specifically, Brandon Maddox was a presenter. And through his presentation, I realized we had a lot in common. And it's almost like he was speaking directly to me. You see, he worked a full-time job in the corporate world, and firearms were his hobby. Soon that hobby grew into a side job. That side job grew into a career. And then before he knew it, he was full-time working in the gun community as a manufacturer, a dealer, and the owner of FFL123.com. Hearing his story about not being afraid to step out there, learning from his mistakes, and then pushing forward, it definitely solidified the fact that I needed to do the same. So as I was finishing the studies for my associate's degree, I also was submitting my application to the ATF to become a licensed dealer. I cannot tell you how overwhelming it was when, as I was graduating or finishing that coursework, I was also receiving my license as a dealer. And as I looked at my license and my degree on the wall, it was tangible because I had tangible skills, knowledge, and information that I could pass on to my children should they decide that they want to follow my footsteps. You see, you're entering into a profession that at its core is rooted in the Constitution of the United States, be it the Second Amendment to the Bill of Rights. There are few professions in our country that could claim that honor. You see, our country has gone through a lot of times, a lot of ups and downs. We only have to look back 18 months to see lockouts across the country and riots in the streets. It's during these hard times that Americans look to individuals like you and I, because they're not looking for attorneys or accountants during the hard times. They'll be looking for guns and bullets so that people can protect their families, their homes, and their lives. They'll be looking for you to provide the solutions so that they can sustain their livelihood. As you enter into this great profession, I'm going to give you 5 pieces of advice to take with you. The first is this. For every individual that walks into your garage, your home office, or your gun shop, treat them like a client and not just a customer. And here's the difference. A customer is somebody that you might do 1 or 2 transactions with, but a client is somebody that you build a relationship with. That individual is coming to you because they need specific solutions for an issue they're facing. It might be as simple as properly mounting a scope on a rifle or helping them find the perfect brush gun for the hunt of a lifetime. You need to see yourself as that trusted advisor, finding solutions for them. You might not have answers to all the questions, but your job is to know where to find the answers and to follow up. My second piece of advice is specialize in at least 1 or 2 areas of gunsmithing. As gunsmiths, we got to have a very broad-based knowledge of understanding of the working and operations of firearms. But you should want to be an expert at least in 1 or 2 areas. You want to be the go-to person in your community, whether it's bluing or as understanding just one specific platform. You want to master that. And likewise, find out who are the others in your community that are good at other areas of gunsmithing. You see, we're a community that needs to look out for each other. And this dovetails into my third piece of advice. Be a friendly competitor. Get out there and find out who are the gun shop owners in your area, who owns the gun ranges, the other gunsmiths. Share your expertise with them and learn theirs. Refer work to one another. As individuals in a community, we are always going to be under attack, whether it's the lies in the media, overreaching government, or special interest groups. We do not need to suffer from friendly fire. If you ever have a disagreement with another individual in the community, reach out to them like a colleague. Now, my fourth piece of advice comes from the fact that I am an attorney, and as an attorney, I have to do certain continuing legal education called CLEs. I strongly encourage you as gunsmiths to go to firearms related CLEs. You will be shocked by the number of major manufacturers and gun shop owners who attend these same events. They're going to find solutions to issues they might be dealing with. They're going to hear about the law and how it's changing and find out who might be the experts in the legal field that can assist them. They're going to understand the regulations that might be changing. I recall a CLE that I went to that was given by the NRA several years ago in Atlanta. It was at that CLE that not only I received outstanding resources, but I happened to be sitting right behind Brandon Maddox. I introduced myself to him and told him thank you for the presentation he gave to SDI when I was a student. We struck up a conversation, exchanged information, and to make a long story short, he has been an outstanding resource just for helping me with my business, how to navigate some of the obstacles that we all will face. Go to these CLEs. More importantly, as a gunsmith, we do not have the luxury of being ignorant of the law. These CLEs can be a huge, huge service to you. And my last piece of advice is this. Support those who are fighting for our Second Amendment rights. Support those local 2A groups. Support those attorneys who are actually arguing the cases in court. We are all aware of the recent ruling out of California, where the California assault weapon ban has been found to be unconstitutional. Now, if you've been paying attention, you know for a fact California has already stated that they're going to appeal that ruling. But the big thing you need to be aware of is this. The attorneys that were advocating on our behalf did an outstanding job in that case. They did such a good job that the judge that wrote the ruling that called that ban unconstitutional included some key facts. The judge cited FBI statistics for 2019 and stated that Californians were 7 times more likely to be killed by a knife as compared to rifles. That includes assault rifles. That year, there were 252 people killed by knives. The judge went on to state that a Californian is 3 times more likely to be killed by bare hands, feet, and fists as compared to all rifles. This information is profound, and these facts are in the record, which means the next court will have to deal with them when it's appealed. They will have to rationalize how this scary assault weapon is less lethal than your bare hands. These attorneys will need our support, and we need to help them in every way, shape, form we can. Also, reach out to your state legislatures and state representatives. We've seen over the past few months that a lot of states have designated themselves as Second Amendment sanctuary states, which is outstanding. We've even have states like the great state of Texas that have introduced a suppressor law that the governor said he will sign. What is interesting about this bill that has been recently introduced is that it states if a suppressor is made in Texas, sold in Texas, stays in Texas, a Texan does not have to submit themselves to federal government regulations. They do not have to pay for a $200 tax step or get permission to exercise their right, because there will be no implication of the Commerce Clause. The reason why this is so profound is that the way the federal government gets their broad authority to regulate many aspects of our lives is through a clause called the Commerce Clause in the Constitution. Essentially, if items are going across state lines, the federal government has jurisdiction. Texas states this item is staying in Texas for Texans, so there's no federal jurisdiction. Please understand that as soon as this bill becomes law and those Texans acquire those first suppressors, the ATF will come after them. And that's when the litigation will begin. And the great thing here is that Texas will be standing on firm constitutional ground. As I close, I'm going to leave you with this very last thought. There are tens of millions of new individuals in our ranks, new firearm owners. As representatives of the 2A community, I ask that you, when you interact with them, educate them about their rights. These individuals fall on both sides of the political spectrum. I ask that you remind them that liberty and freedom is affirmed by the purchases that they have made over the past 18 months. I thank you for your time and Godspeed.
Still. Thank you, Mr. Geis. Well said. I can speak for so many of us when I say you're an inspiration. Now I want to introduce another new face at SDI, and one that I hope that many of you get a chance to meet with in the coming months or years, or really any time as an alumnus of our school. And that's Miss Sasha Gebhardt. Ms. Gebhardt, let me ask you to join us at the Tempe podium and share a few thoughts with our graduates, please.
Hello, and good afternoon, graduates. Congratulations on this big accomplishment. I am so excited for each and every one of you. What an amazing speech that Abdul just made. I just want to say I'm very proud to be with SDI. I've only been with SDI for about 4 months, and I've had the pleasure to work with several amazing individuals. These individuals have really shown what SDI means to be part of a family. Since working with those individuals, I've seen what a dedicated and passionate bunch you all are, and very gifted to be here with you all. And don't lose that. If you want to make it in the firearms industry, that passion and dedication is what's going to take. I know that some of you have graduated about 2 years ago and already have a new goal, a new path. And there are others that have graduated two months ago or 2 years and unsure what's your next step is. It's fine. Either way, we want to hear from you. Career Services is here to help you polish your resume, help you with your next interview, and even get you started on your job hunt. SDI can also offer you some great information to continue your education at other great schools. And if you're all set firmly on the path and you're set on your goals, that's great. We still want to hear from you. Reach out to us. Let us know how things are going. Maybe that shop you started about a year ago and you're already planning to expand, please let us know. We can help you find new employees. Whenever you finish your studies at SDI, you should be proud of yourself and excited to be sharing this moment with all of your classmates. SDI teaches you at a distance, but that shouldn't hinder you from taking advantage of what higher education can offer you in terms of networking and long-term relationships. Remember, at the very least, you all have 2 things in common. The first one is your accomplishments at SDI, and that's something nobody can take away from you. And the second is interest in the firearms and the firearms industry. So here we are. It's been a couple of you that have graduated from SDI a while ago, but I'm about to assign you some homework. Please join the SDI alumni group page on LinkedIn. Not only will that help you stay in contact with your classmates, but it will give you first crack on any new job opportunity that may come across my desk. Also, some really great content and articles. Whether over LinkedIn, email, or phone call, please do not hesitate and stay in touch with us. All this information is located on your Zoom chat or in your program. I just want to remind you, I'm here to help, and I can't wait to hear your success stories. Again, congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Ms. Gebhardt. I'm going to jump on that alumni group in a couple of days and see how many graduates actually completed their homework. Okay, again, thank you everyone who has joined us today to share words for your special occasion. And I know we're all very excited to get started with the formal recognition process. In order to do that, it's time that we take a few minutes to go through the various honors that many of you achieved, both as students and graduates at Sonoran Desert Institute. So in a moment, I'm going to ask Mr. Walter Howard to join us up here to talk a little bit about the Salute Honor Society. And I'm going to ask Mr. Rob Exum to come up and tell us about the Delta Epsilon Tau Honor Society. But first, I want to take a minute to introduce you to 5 very special SDI graduates, one of whom we heard from a few minutes ago. Each year, SDI's accrediting body, the Distance Education Accrediting Commission, gives member schools the opportunities to acknowledge graduates who represent the highest standards in academic achievement and who contribute meaningfully to their professions and/or communities. SDI has participated in the Outstanding Graduate Award Program since 2017. We also named a famous alumnus that year. So please join me in congratulating and acknowledging Mr. Joshua Stevens, SDI's 2017 famous alumnus. We named Joshua as our famous alumnus that year because his article, The Rise of the 80%er, was published on Gun Digest. As you can imagine, Josh was an outstanding student and is a fantastic writer. And I personally hope that he continues to contribute to firearms literature now and in the future. And now please join me in congratulating and acknowledging each of SDI's Outstanding Graduate Award recipients. From 2017, Miss Brianna Phillips. Brianna was named our 2017 Outstanding Graduate Award recipient because of her sheer drive to go above and beyond, always pushing herself to grow her business, her network, and her studies. Indeed, that drive is what got her to SDI in the first place. She already had an industry-related business, and she knew that by expanding her knowledge in the workings of firearms and how to work on them, that she could better serve her existing customers and attract new clientele. Brianna is a paragon of firearms industry grit. Our 2018 Outstanding Graduate Award recipient, Mr. Robert Jordan III. Robert not only crushed his studies at SDI, he did so with, in my opinion, probably the most positive, affirming attitude that I have ever encountered, not just at SDI, but in any context in my life. I remember speaking to him when he was a student and just being blown away by his ability to tackle challenges head on and just have a true never quit attitude. It was that attitude that got him named Outstanding Graduate. It's also no small feat that he happens to be the first fully blind person to graduate with our associate degree. From 2019, Mr. Abdul Gais. Now you heard a bit about Mr. Gais earlier, but I want to say a few more words. I think that he exemplifies what it means to set goals and achieve them, only to set some more and achieve those as well. Now, I don't have the full story of Abdul's professional career memorized, and Abdul, I'm sorry if I get a few of these, out of chronological order, but here's the abridged version. Here's the gist of it. So he earned his degree in his teaching credential, he became a high school teacher, and then he decided he needed to get his master's and his Juris Doctoral and become a lawyer. So he did that. And then he decided he needed to serve his country. So he did that too, not just in one branch of service, but in 2 branches of service. And after honorably serving in the Navy and Coast Guard, he decided to return to a successful law practice and that he should volunteer his time teaching self-defense and escalation of force to women in his community while starting a family. Never one to let the grass grow beneath his feet, Abdul decided he should probably open a firearms business, become an FFL, and get trained in firearms technology, which is where SDI comes in. And he did that too. So finally, our 2020 outstanding graduate, Mr. Lonnie Barrett. Now I'm going to invite Mr. Walter Howard to come up to the podium to tell us a little bit about Lonnie's accomplishments. Mr. Howard.
Hey, thank you, Mr. Olson. It's my honor to present SDI's 2020 DEAC Outstanding Graduate Award. Before I present this award, allow me to take a couple of moments to highlight some of Lonnie's contribution to his classmates, his brothers and sisters in arms, and his community. Hey, Lonnie, if you would, can you come up here and join me, please? Mr. Barrett here is a Navy veteran, a graduate of SDI's Advanced Gunsmithing Certificate and Associate of Science in Firearms Technology degree program. He is a member of SDI's Student Veteran Steering Committee and a Salute Veterans National Honor Society member. Lonnie has played very intricate roles in helping us within the Student Veteran Committee. He has assisted us in creating the Student Virtual Community Center, as well as create and advance policies that really help out our student veteran population. Out of the classroom, Lonnie is president of the Enlisted Association, Chapter 1, the treasurer for the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, Chapter 3-7, and a planner for the Colorado Springs Veterans Day Parade. Lonnie, we thank you for your service and thank you for your contributions to SDI. That being said, I'd like to present you with this small token here. It says DEAC 2020 Outstanding Graduate, Lonnie Barrett. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you SDI's 2020 DEAC Outstanding Graduate, Mr. Lonnie Barrett.
Thank you, and congratulations, graduates. Abdul's a tough act to follow, so shipmate, I'm looking forward to meeting you. When I graduated from high school many years ago, let's just say I didn't consider myself college material. I wasn't a poor student, but I was one that just did enough to get by. School wasn't fun for me, and in fact, many mornings I woke up dreading to have to go there. And at the time, college was the furthest thing from my mind, so I decided to join the Navy. I spent 20 years in the Navy learning how to improve my life in every facet to become a better person, citizen, leader, friend, and student. I learned you're never too old to learn anything new and improve yourself. I had to taken a few classes here and there when I was on active duty, but I never really focused on any field of study. And it wasn't until years after I had graduated, or retired, a friend of mine told me about SDI, and I decided I needed something to do with my GI Bill and rather not let it go to waste. And I couldn't have been happier about my choice. SDI has been nothing but accommodating and to provide the type of education I not only needed, but I desired. I worked a full-time job, spent a large part of my free time serving on boards of directors for veteran service organizations, as well as organizing the local Veterans Day Parade. I still had the ability to manage my time and maintain a high GPA and be considered for these honors, the DEAC and a member of the Salute Honor Society. So it's been a truly humbling experience, and I'm thankful that my hard work is recognized, and I'm humbled to be included in the same class as individuals like Mr. Abdul Geis. A career in the Navy taught me self-discipline, motivation, and attention to detail. Those helped me excel as a distance learning student at Sonoran Desert Institute, which taught me a valuable trade skill, time management, and how to create and excel in my own business ventures. Thank you for your time. And again, congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Walter, and congratulations, Lonnie. So well deserved. We'll actually be naming our 2021 outstanding graduate shortly to find out who receives that honor. And to learn more about each of these great graduates and their stories, please check out deac.org. Again, that's deac.org. And actually, Mr. Howard, I'm going to ask you to come back up here and tell us about the Salute Honor Society. Thank you, Mr. Howard.
Hey, good afternoon, Ms. Lee, distinguished guests and graduates of the Sonoran Desert Institute. I'm Walter Howard, the Director of Military and Veteran Services and the Staff Advisor for SDI's chapter of the Salute National Veterans Honor Society. In addition to recognizing graduates for a degree conferral, it is equally important to recognize our student veterans that served honorably and completed their academic requirements with honors. Salute stands for service, academics, leadership, unity, tribute, and excellence. These values are very similar to those that helped mold us into members within the armed forces. Service, being helpful or selfless. Academics, researching, learning, and pursuing goals. Leadership, influencing others to accomplish the mission or a common goal. Unity, being connected, networking. Tribute, acknowledging others' contributions. And excellence, prevailing attitude with winning. Salute was formed in 2009 by the Colorado State University Veterans Office, thanks to a grant by the American Council of Education and the Walmart Foundation. The membership requirements set forth include being a graduate or enrolled in the Sonoran Desert Institute in the Associate of Science and Firearms Technology degree program. You must be in good financial standing, have completed a minimum of 12 credit hours at Sonoran Desert Institute, and you must have a cumulative grade point average of 3.0. Additionally, there's a huge focus on currently serving in the armed forces, whether that is the active duty, National Guard, or the Reserve, or a veteran with an honorable discharge. I'm excited to announce that the SDI chapter is one of 326 active college chapters nationwide, and our chapter makes up 152 of over 17,000 members. Our members have been recognized with a letter from the Sonoran Desert Institute president, a coin and certificate from the Salute Veterans National Honor Society. As a veteran and Salute member, I congratulate you on your outstanding academic achievements and thank you for your service to our nation. Continue to help mentor and lead others in the classroom and in your communities. Today, we would like to acknowledge the following graduates for being Salute Honor Society members. John W. Alvarado, Jeremy S. Ansel, Brent W. Ballard, Lonnie L. Barrett, John C. Batdorf, Scott M. Beverly, Christopher D. Clark, Benjamin R. Cooper, Daniel K. Daigle, Bradley L. Dowden, Albert Garcia, Joseph A. Gordon, Woodrow A. Greenfeather, Michael J. Lilly, Stephen McKee, Andrew J. McMullen, Colby T. Melton, Timothy J. Poling, Earl R. Roberts, Harold J. Sandoval, Shane A. Shembra, Charles A. Schwartz III, Christopher M. Seaton, Andrew M. Schaffer, Zachary L. Stilson, Dean W. Sturch, and Logan D. Wilcox. Congratulations on your accomplishments.
Thank you, Mr. Howard, and congratulations, Salute members. I'd like to introduce Mr. Rob Exum and welcome him to the podium in Tempe to tell us about the Delta Epsilon Tau Honor Society.
Good afternoon, honored guests, and congratulations to all SDI graduates on your amazing accomplishment. My name is Rob Exum, and I'm the Vice President of Student Affairs. The Delta Epsilon Tau International Honor Society was established in 1997 by the Distance Education Accrediting Commission Board of Trustees in conjunction with the President of the Alpha Beta Kappa National Honor Society to recognize the academic achievements of students participating in distance education. Election to the Delta Epsilon Tau National Honor Society sets the member apart from other students and clearly demonstrates a serious commitment to distance education and self-study by recognizing superior student academic achievement, character, and leadership. Members of the Delta Epsilon Tau National Honor Society reflect the concern, modesty, friendly spirit, and good nature that characterize the qualities found in true leaders. Sonoran Desert Institute is proud to sponsor a chapter of the Delta Epsilon Tau National Honor Society and nominates worthy graduates with a GPA of 3.5 or higher that have also demonstrated leadership and a commitment to distance education and learning. Membership to the Delta Epsilon Tau National Honor Society benefits SDI graduates by providing a national student recognition, letters of reference upon request, and an accolade to reference on a resume, just to name a few. We congratulate the members of the Sonoran Desert Institute chapter of the Delta Epsilon Tau National Honor Society for your unwavering commitment to the values represented by our institution, and we look forward to the amazing contributions you will all undoubtedly make to our society going forward. Please join me in congratulating the following members of the Delta Epsilon Tau National Honor Society: Roberto Aponte, Scott T. Aragon, James R. Arntz, Brent W. Ballard, Todd W. Beck, Jeffrey D. Brandenburg, Carl O. Brown, Darren J. Carter, Jason J. Clark, Brandon S. Crabtree, Daniel K. Daigle, Bradley L. Dowden, Rudy Flores III, Joseph A. Freeman, Joseph A. Gordon, William M. Gogenauer, Brianna N. Grant, Milton A. Gribble II, Stephen J. Hoover II, Michael B. Mazurik, Christopher P. Miller, David M. Miller, William M. Morgera, Timothy J. Muck, Jason S. Musselman, Aaron M. Newman, Joseph A. O'Connor, Robert I. Odom, Michael D. Priego, Dallas J. Randall, Travis G. Renault, Mr. Sean M. Reese, Donald D. Riley, Earl R. Roberts, Michael J. Rockwell, Joshua W. Rohrback, Alan Michael Lewis Searles, Andres G. Sepulveda, Joshua A. Shields, Clarence C. Smith, Cody D. Stillwagner, Terry W. Sutton, Eugene G. Villarreal Jr., Renee A. Weber, Kendall J. Webster, Dennis L. Weiniger, Michael D. Zemies. Once again, congratulations to the members of the Delta Epsilon Tau National Honor Society. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Exum. And again, congratulations to the Delta Epsilon Tau Honor Society members. SDI graduates, family, and friends, thank you again for joining us today. During the presentation of the graduates, we're going to invite a few of SDI staff and faculty to participate. After each member of Team SDI has come up and announced their assigned alumni, the next member will come up, introduce themselves, and announce their assigned alumni. I'm going to ask one of our lead faculty members, Dr. Tim Pardue, to come up and kick off the moment we have all been waiting for. Dr. Pardue.
Thank you, Vice President Olson. Sonoran Desert Institute began offering the Advanced Gunsmithing Certificate, or AGS as it's known around here, in 2014. This was a bridge between the original gunsmithing certificate and the more academically rigorous Associate of Science in Firearms Technology. From the onset, the intent of offering the AGS was to give our students a skills-focused credential that they could potentially achieve under one calendar year, while still earning credit toward their degree, if that's something they so elected to do. The Advanced Gunsmithing Certificate consists of 32 semester credit hours and provides the student with a thorough understanding of concepts and applications in the maintenance and care of firearms. As I mentioned, all of the credits earned in the Advanced Gunsmithing Certificate transfer into our associate's degree program. The recipients of the Advanced Gunsmithing Certificate at the inaugural Sonoran Desert Institute commencement ceremony are as follows.
Jeshua Adorno, Armando Aguilar, Leon Allison, Christopher Amador, Errol Antoine, Robert Aponte, Scott Aragon, David Arnold, Tanner Atkinson, Christopher Ayala, William Ball, Lonnie Barrett, Andrew Beckworth, Sam Benge, Matthew Bulmer, Patrick Bowles, Derek Bryn, Tim Brotherton, Bruce Calero, Carson Canant, Kelly Carruthers, Stefano Chatham, Peter Ciccarello, Louise Coronado, Andrew Cox, Michael Cox, William Danner, James Davis, Kyle Davis, Raymond DeWicki, Joshua Dembski, Robert Dulaba, Kevin Dodge, Bradley Lewis Dowden, Matthew Eagle, Jason Ellis, Lee Estep, Ricky Allen Fansler Jr., Pete Fellini, Austin Foster, Joseph Freeman, David Gardner, Mark Garland, Oscar Garza, Bruce Gill, Richard Lazeski, Woodrow Greenfeather, Milton Gribble, Jonathan Guajardo, Zachariah Gurley, Jeffrey Hagness, Seth Harper, Nick Harrington, Chris Haynes, Matthew Henricks, Cale Heron, Kenyon Heward, Chad Hickey, Kurt Hinton, Bruce Holland, Brian Holstagey, John Itis, Ty Jester, Shyler Johnson, Timothy Keener, Brandon Kennedy, Jared Kiyun, Dustin Kindleberger, Blake Libby, Nelson Lisboa Rodriguez, William Loftus, Jerry F. Madison, Joshua Magnus, Kyle Mathers, John Mayo, Michael Mosaic, Todd McAllister, Jackson McCollum, Stephen McKee, Robert Meadows, Andrew Meyer, Christopher Miller, David Miller, James Morris, John Nagy, Eric Newman, Jamel Ocampo, Vadricus O'Neill, Felix Oriana, William Polinick, Brianna Phillips, Christopher Poole, William Potter, Joe Potts, Eric Proper, Brian Pugh, Bradley Pyle, Darren Rayuens, David Rains, Nicholas Rakestraw, Brian Randolph, Travis Rano, Timothy Reckner, Marcin Regiment, Andrew Richards, Tyler Richards, Michael Rockwell, Jeffrey Roadman, Theodore Rowe, Joshua Rohrback, Bryce Ross, Romel Santos, Christopher Seaton, Andres Sepulveda, Dylan Serrano, Andrew Schaefer, Joshua Shields, Blair Smith, Clarence Smith, Kevin Smith, Brandon Soper, Richard Soders, Christopher Spence, Tyron Tharp, David Tony, Luis Vasquez, Timothy Vaughn, Gary Vaught, Paul Washburn, Brian Weathers, Renee Weber, Nathan Wheeler, Marcus Wilson, Walter Wooten.
Congratulations, certificate recipients. Now I'd like to introduce my friend and colleague and SDI's most tenured employee, our registrar, Ms. Caitlin Mullins.
Thanks, Tim. Hello, everyone. I am Caitlin, and I welcome you all to this commencement ceremony. In the first part of 2020, SDI changed the name of the Advanced Gunsmithing Certificate to Certificate in Firearms Technology Gunsmithing. We made this shift based on the feedback from our students, advisory council, faculty, and members of the industry, both to dispel confusion and to create a consistency in our program naming conventions. None of the course offerings, learning objectives, or instructional strategies changed in this certificate program, only the name of the overall program. The recipients of the Certificate in Firearms Technology Gunsmithing at the inaugural Sonoran Desert Institute commencement ceremony are
Carl Brown, Benjamin Coates, Charles Eckert, Rudy Flores III, Carlos Garcia,
Jorge L. Miranda,
Jason Musselman, Mr. Sean Reese, Brooks Rayam, Jeremy Vetter, Michael Zemes,
Congratulations, certificate recipients. The Associate of Science in Firearms Technology degree is our flagship program and traces its roots to before our current institutional leadership. We have always taken pride in our effort to offer programs that combine technology-based content and academic rigor, preparing our students for continued education or opportunities within the firearms industry. It is the highest credential currently conferred by SDI and provides the student with a thorough understanding of concepts and applications in the maintenance, care, repair, and customization of firearms. The program has a strong focus on gunsmithing, supported by basic general education courses. This program is completed over 60 semester credit hours. I will announce the names of the recipients of this credential with the help from the school's other faculty lead, Mr. Rick Kasner. I will let Rick introduce himself before we get started.
Thank you, Caitlin. As lead faculty, it has been my pleasure to train new faculty as well as instruct a multitude of courses here at Sonoran Desert Institute. I have had the pleasure to have many of you in my classes. I congratulate you on this happy step, and I give you the following guidance. Never stop learning. We learned this from Abdul earlier. And I would actually want to point out for you guys to go over to the Learning Center if you guys want to learn individual courses or individual platforms, but never stop learning. I may also add a selfish desire. The world is in need of the next John Moses Browning, and so I'm hoping that one of you are him or her. Okay. So the graduates of the Associate of Science in Firearms Technology degree program at the inaugural Sonoran Desert Institute commencement ceremony are
Matthew Aguilar, Benito Alvarado, J.W. Alvarado, Jeremy Ansel, James Arntz, Travis Ashcraft, William L. Ball, Brent Ballard, Andrew Barnett, Lonnie Barrett, John C. Batdorf, Daniel Beard, Todd Beck, Andrew Dewitt Beckworth, Nick Bellis, Joshua Benner, Scott Beverly, Tannen Blake, Matthew Balmer, Dale Bolton, Joshua Boozer, Jonathan Bowen, Charles Bowles, Adam Bowman, Kenneth Brambley, Jeffrey David Brandenburg, John Brodigan, Raymond Rowell Jr., Ezra Brown, Landon Bunch, Douglas Baranin, James Burgett II, George Burke, Henley Burton, James H. Butts IV, Matthew Richard Carroll, Darren J. Carter, David J. Caruana, Gabe Cavender, Christopher D. Clark, Jason Clark, Benjamin Cooper, Brandon Cordova, Christopher Cosentino, Gary Kuchu, Brandon Crabtree, Thurman Crosby, Kenneth Curtis, Daniel Daigle, Landon Denise, Will Doss, Jonathan Durst, David Edgar, Eric Warren Erickson, Jeremy Fabrizio, Ricky Allen Fansler Jr., Andrew Ferris, Kenneth Firestone, Jesse Forbes, Austin Foster, Merton Foster, Zachary Frazo, Nathan L. Garbo, Albert Garcia, Brian Garcia, David Gardner, Kip Gaudette, Bruce Gill, Douglas Goodell, Chris Goodman, Joseph Gordon, William Gogenauer, Caleb Brian Bragg, Brianna Grant, Sean Gray, Woodrow Greenfeather, Zechariah Gurley, Timothy Harmer, Justin Harris, Benjamin Hawkins, Matthew Henricks, Eric Hetrick, Jace Hoyer, Gregory Hillenberg, Charles Hoffman, James Scott Hogue, Elwin I. Holloway Jr., Stephen Hoover, Mark Randy Horn, Justin Hauser, Matthew Huerta, Michael Hunsaker, Daytona Hurd, Zachariah Ireland, Samuel Irons, Ty Jester, Ronnie Johnson, Robert S. Jordan III, Timothy Keller, Christopher Killian, Eddie King, Devin Kipp, Richard Kistler, John Labadie, Charles Lambert, Rebecca Ann Lamont, John Lassiter, Jim LaBelle, James Lasalle, Daniel Mark Liberty, Mike Lilly, Roberto Macias, Jerry F. Madison, Andrew Boris Makarov, Jeffrey Manley, Frank Marulli, Jerry Mock, John Mayo, Michael Mazza, Jordan McAllister, Todd L. McAllister,
Jason McBrayer, Jessica McCardle, Justin McCoy, Theodore McElrath, Daniel McIntyre, Ryan McKay, Stephen McKee, James McManus, Andrew McMullen, Joshua McWithy, Colby T. Melton, Michael Merrill, Andrew Meyer, Aaron Millspa, Matt Mintz, Christopher S. Moreland, Matt Morgan, Will Morgira, Russell Morris, Timothy Muck, Philip Nogales, John Nagy, Aaron Mitchell Newman, Daniel Nitchman, Joel R. Norris, Joseph O'Connor, Robert Odom, Mark Oliver, William Holenick, Joseph Pape, Joel Peace, Drayton Hellam, Zachary Peterson, Brianna Phillips, Jim Pickens, Timothy Pulling, Christopher Poole, Justin Price, Michael Prigo, Eric Roper, Dallas Randall, Brian Randolph, Timothy Reed, Clark W. Richards, Leo Richardson, Donald Riley, Gabriel Rivera, Earl Roberts, Kevin Roberts, Albert Roadkill Robinson, Jeff Roadman, Andre Rodriguez, Mike Rogers, Bradley Rooney, Che Rugermer, James Allen Russell, Harold Sandoval, Joseph Sands, Billy Scoffidel, Shane Shembra, Charles A. Schwartz III, Alan Searles, Christopher Seaton, Andres Sepulveda, Peter Shemet, Joshua Shields, Christopher Shorkey, Logan Sigmund, Damon Sylvie, Robert Sloan, Cody Slocum, Aaron Smith, Clarence Smith, James Smith, Kevin Smith, Richard Souders, Nancy Spear, Jonathan Skipper Spees, Andrew Stankiewicz, Stephen Stanley, Keith Stiegel, Morgan L. Stewart, Cody Stillwagner, Zachary Stilson, Robert Stokel, William Stockton, Donald Stoner, David Stossmeister, Corey Strohmeyer, Harvey Stubbs, Dean Sturch, Harry Sutton, Jackson Taylor, David Tustin, Michael Thacker, Paul Thoroldson, Brendan Thomas, Jeremy Thorsted, Marcus Trice, Terry Allen Tucker, Garrett Tigert, Rebecca Van Dyke, Eric Varner, Jean Vasquez, Tyler Versham, Eugene Garcia Villarreal Jr., Renee Weber, Kendall Webster, Benjamin Peter Delano Wente, Michael Wernette, Jose Western, Zachary Westmoreland, Jeff Whalen, Samuel Whedon, Jordan Wheeler, William White, Jonathan Whitney, Logan Wilcox, Robert Wilcox, Jameson Wildman, Dennis Weiniger, Jacob Wolf, James Woods, Zachary Wynn,
Thank you.
All right. Last but not least, I would like to honor 3 very important recipients of credentials at Sonoran Desert Institute. To date, SDI has only conferred honorary credentials posthumously. So after I read these names, I'm going to ask for a moment of silence. The recipients are Michael Beckerman, Dewey McCoy, Travis Stanaway. Thank you, everyone. This concludes the presentation of the graduates. Congratulations, classes of SDI.
Thank you, Mr. Kasner, Ms. Mullins, and Dr. Pardue. And now to make this thing official, a man who needs no introduction, and our master gunsmith, the one, the only Kip Carpenter.
Thank you, Vice President Olson, President Lee, and all my distinguished colleagues. Congratulations, classes 2015 through 21. You did it. You had the desire, the heart, the determination, and the work it takes to earn your certificate or your associate's degree, and you did it. You had hard times when your life threw you an obstacle, but you did it. You had to study and challenge yourself to succeed, and you did it. You were all here today because you did it. I am so honored to be able to be here today to tell you this in person. As a 40-year gunsmith, I can say to you without reservation, I am so proud of you. And I know I speak for all of us here at SDI. You have truly become a member of the SDI family, and I know you will take all you have learned here and apply it to continue to grow and pursue your future goals and dreams. Be proud of all you have accomplished here. They say men and women really become what they have dreamed. You have all dreamed well. And we at SDI are always here for you. And we are developing even more programs so you as alumni will be able to return home for more continued education. And remember, as I said before, we will always be here for you. And I will be here for you to help you any way I can. And I and the members of SDI have always said that the student comes first. And we have done that and always will. 5 years ago, we were only a small group of individuals, some of which are here today and others watching virtually. And we all pooled our ideas and visions for SDI and the student. And as I look back at everything now, wow. I want to say to all of them as well, you did it. The hard work and the painstaking details and the academic planning and the headaches to make this happen, and to look now at where SDI is today, and the fact that we are at our first graduation, well, I applaud all of you. You never lost focus of our first goal to put the student first, and I'm so proud of all of you for this. We have come a long way since that first webinar, huh, Jennifer? But we all could not have done this without the vision and trust of our president. Thank you, President Lee. And as to you, the class of 2015 and 21, take your training and your skills and your ethics and go out there and make your mark with confidence. And know we are always here for you anytime we need us. And know you can do it. How do I know this? Well, because 40 years ago, I was you. And I did it, and you can too. Remember, it just takes hard work, determination, honesty, ethics, and continued education. Classes of 2015 through 21, President Lee, Vice President Olson, McGinnis, and our distinguished colleagues, job well done. I hereby confer upon you the associate's degree and the certificates as medicated with all the rights and privilege thereunto and appertain. And know, again, I am proud of you. I will never forget today. Congratulations, classes 2015 through 21, and good luck to you and all of your gunsmithing endeavors. Thank you.
Tough one to follow. Today we have honored and celebrated the accomplishments of SDI's graduates, and we have shared that celebration and those honors with family and friends and our extended family here at SDI. Now, these closing remarks usually have some version of go out and conquer the world, but I felt like that would be out of touch since so many of you are already out there conquering the world. So instead, what I want to say to you in the utmost sincerity is how much I appreciate that you have allowed SDI to be a part of the achievement of your goals. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for letting us share in your passion. And I also want to thank my colleagues who, I'm not kidding, worked untold overtime to make this graduation a possibility. Jennifer McInnes, Chris Ross, Sasha Gebhardt, Tracy Lee, Caitlin Mullins, Dave Propri, Lindsay Peterson, Kimber Moats, Christian Wilson, Chris Caraway, Theo Sasuris, James Wheelwright, Rob Exum, Walter Rob Howard, Rick Kasner, Dr. Tim Perdue, Jared McNeely, Karen Zamora, and of course, our outstanding graduates who agreed to take time out of their busy schedules to come hang out with us here today. Now we're opening a separate Zoom room for students who would like to stick around for a virtual meet and greet. The link is in the chat, but we're posting it again right now. We hope to see you there. One more time, everyone, congratulations. I wish you the greatest success in your ongoing endeavors.